Hello, and welcome once more, and probably for the final round of the Walking and Talking podcast.
Yep.
Today we have your host, me, and your co-host,
Retro.
Yay! Woo! Today, which I've never said before, the date is March 4th?
March 4th? It's April 4th.
April 4th.
April 4th.
April 4th. It's nice out, so my hand won't freeze when I do this now. And this iteration of the podcast, I will be talking about, the book that I am currently reading, which is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Stephen Ness, I believe.
You tell me. I don't know.
I think it's Stephen Ness. But anyways, you may have heard of this movie before. If you've watched the movie, it was pretty recent. It was like
it
was like 2020.
Yeah.
Chaos Walking with Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland.
Apparently it was bad.
I actually saw it. I thought it was not very bad. I like post-apocalyptic stuff.
According to critics, it was bad. But then again,
according to critics.
But then again, critics think the Cat in the Hat movie from 2003 starring Mike Myers is bad. And
well, I would not disagree with them on that
how
one.
How dare you? You know that movie is my only personality trait. Okay, back to topic.
Back to formula.
Okay.
So, anyways.
That's enough Spider-Man references for one day.
I really liked that movie. There were a lot of little things that when you watch the movie you were like, what is this? And then you never get your questions answered. But this book is also part of a series, so I feel like that answers your question. But I digress. The Knife of Never Letting Go, or Chaos Walking, depending on if you're talking about the book or the movie, is a book starring 12 or 13 or 14-year-old Todd Hewitt. He's on a planet called New World. They say that because it's a new world.
Who would have guessed?
And he lives in this town, this crappy town with only men. Because all the women, now hold with me here, are dead.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
So, in the book, before little Todd was born, and the reason I don't really know what age he is because the whole thing about the book, and I'm only like 100 pages in, is that there's a month until his birthday, and he's gonna turn 13.
So there's 12.
But, on this new world, a year has 13 months in it. So he's already 13, and he's gonna turn 14.
Okay.
So it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
In the movie, Tom Holland looks like 20 or something.
Yeah, because Tom Holland is 20, or however old he
He's
is.
like
mid-20s.
Yeah, I don't know. But, he's Todd, our boy Todd, we'll call him 13. So he's a little boy. A young boy. He's also kind of an ass. But, we'll get to that in a little bit. So the reason the women are all dead is because on this planet called New World, there's these aliens, which aren't really aliens because they lived on the planet, called spackles. Which is a great name for an alien. I like a name that is just a word. And I know that all names are words.
Yeah.
But,
I get what you mean.
Imagine if we called aliens, kerploosh.
Yeah.
All names should be onomatopoeias. So the spackles...
Is spackles an onomatopoeia word?
It sounds like an onomatopoeia.
It's not.
Spackle sounds like it could be an onomatopoeia.
I don't think it is.
If you threw a hard-boiled egg against a wall.
I think that would be splat.
No, I think that would be a spackle.
I think I think it would be splat, but
I think that would be a spackle.
I digress. Continue.
Okay, so these aliens called spackles, which all we know of is that they're all dead, or at least the ones surrounding my boy Todd in his little town. They're all dead, but before they were all dead, and also before little baby Todd was born, but like right before, they released this germ into the water because their town is near a swamp. And this was like right after these people landed on New World. So they released this germ called the noise germ into the swamp. And basically what happens is when people get the noise germ, you can hear all of their thoughts.
Interesting.
And that leaves so like literally all of their thoughts.
Interesting.
But it kills women.
Oh.
Killed all of the women indiscriminately.
Side effect.
Small, minor side effect. But it's also kind of terrifying because all the animals have the noise germ too. So like he has this dog named Manchi, and all the dog does, because his dog is dumb, but all the dog does is talk about wanting to go poop and saying like stuff to Todd.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a dog.
But they're like running through the swamp, and squirrels are like being mean to him. And sheep just say sheep because they're dumber than dogs.
They're Pokemon.
They just say sheep, which I think is very funny. But anyways, the main plot. Todd Hewitt, he lives in this town full of assholes because it's all a bunch of men who have had no women for 12 going on 13 years. And they've also, like, there's not going to be any more kids because there's no women.
Yeah.
Todd is the youngest one there, and he's like 12. But the whole thing in the book is that when you turn 13, you become a man. And when everyone becomes a man, they like stop talking to the children. Like Todd had these friends who were like 2 months older than him, and then they became men and just like forgot he existed.
Interesting.
But like he walks through town and everyone's thoughts are like very, very loud, and he's just and everyone's just depressed and thinking about naked women. And he's never like, he doesn't remember his mom, so he's never seen a woman before. The only thing he remembers is things from these like videos, educational videos that the kids were shown before the crazy mayor destroyed all videos and books and ways of education. So he's a little sus.
I would think so.
But he also knows that from people's noise, which is what they call their thoughts, capital N, by the way. It's their noise. He just sees naked women and people in men's thoughts all the time.
Interesting.
But town is depressed. But little Todd lives with his caretakers, Ben and Killian, in this farm on the outskirts of town, where they raise like sheep and stuff. And one day, when little Todd is out in the swamp getting apples, which are black, by the way, terrifying thought, he's getting apples for his family, and he hears a tear in the noise.
How do you hear it there in the noise?
Because it's completely silent. Because literally, the whole thing about Todd is that he has never in his entire life known a world that is silent.
Yeah, because everything makes noise.
Everyone's noise is very loud, and all the animals' noise is very loud, and literally everything has noise.
Yep.
And then he finds something that doesn't. So his dog is going nuts. He's like trying to find it. he drops his like little rucksack or bag of apples or whatever, and then he loses the rip and the noise. But he's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I would.
was there a rip in the noise?
I would too.
But he's like, well, that was weird. I'm gonna go home now. So he walks the whole way through town. Oh, he also got attacked by this crazy preacher guy named Aaron, who's like a grown-ass man and totally like punched this little child in the face for no reason in the middle of a swamp.
Delightful. Normal.
He's like got a bleeding lip now.
Checks out.
But he goes home and oh mama, his guardians find out what happened to him because of his noise stuff. They don't really care about the lip thing because it's hard love, baby. That's how Killian rolls. But then he goes over to see Ben, the softie. And Ben is like, dude, what the hell? You found a rip in the noise. That's not good. You have to leave immediately. And also there's a guy with a gun at our door. So the guy with the gun at their door, he totally gets beat up. He's like 16. He's the mayor's son and also the sheriff. I'm gonna pause this for a second. And we're back. So, because we're definitely running out of time, I'll give a very short plot synopsis. What Todd found was bad, or not bad, but it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So he gets Ben runs him away when everyone's shooting up the farm.
Yep.
He finds Aaron again in the forest, and he has a knife this time, so he smacks the shit out of him. Yeah. And also Aaron kind of sort of gets eaten by crocodiles.
Oh.
But then he finds the rip and the noise again. And it's not some crazy mystical thing. It's a girl. A woman. And that's where we'll leave it today. See you next time where we talk about what a teenage boy does when he finds the only woman in the world.